OK, bonjour tout le monde. Bienvenue au cours de civisme et carrière. Je suis M. Gagné. Je vais être votre enseignant pour ce mois. So I'll get started in English just so that kind of I get through some of the kind of housekeeping items just to make sure everybody's kind of on the same page. And then I'll go through with the lesson. So we will start with the LMS every day. Okay, so here you'll see that there is kind of all the links and all the information that you need for the day. There's a link to our daily meeting. There's a link to the work, and there's a link to the Dropbox. I've had some people ask me about attendance and things being having to attend the meeting. The meetings are optional. I am recording it now, and I will post it to the LMS. So if you can't make it, that's not a problem. You'll be able to kind of get the information later in the day on the LMS. So I will post the video on here as well. And then in terms of attendance, I take attendance by checking to see that you have logged into the LMS that day. So just make sure that every day you are logging into the LMS at some point. I usually take attendance late in the day, so in the evening, or sometimes I'll even just wait till the next morning to make sure that everybody has logged into the LMS. Down here are, again, some information that I sent in the email. So here's a link again to the meetings, but I will post this again every day anyways. This is a link to the folder that has all of the work for this course, both the civics and the careers course. It also has the video lessons, so like these from years past, so that you can get all of the information you need. So if you are going to be away for a camping trip, if you are gone at a camp, if you are whatever, for whatever reason, if you are away and you want to kind of get ahead, you are welcome to do that. If you just want to do all of your work this week and you would like to have the rest of the month of July off, you are more than welcome to do all of the work this week, next week, hand it into the Dropboxes, and then you are done, right? So this is an opportunity for you to, if you want to kind of work ahead and submit the work. And then this is my email. So again, any questions, I don't want you to hesitate. If you are stuck on a question, on an assignment, don't struggle. Try it out. If you're not sure, send me an email. During the day, I have my email attached to my phone and my Apple Watch, so I get kind of notifications pretty quickly. So I tend to be pretty good about getting back to you, hopefully within 15, 20 minutes. In the evenings and on weekends, I will reply emails as well. I might be a little bit longer in replying, but I do try and reply as quickly as possible. I've had students email me, at 10 o'clock at night with a question, and I do try to answer those questions as best as I can when I can. Okay, if you have any questions about using the LMS, so if you've never used this system before and you're not sure how to put something into the Dropbox, please don't email me the work. There are 68 students, and if 68 students email me the work, it becomes kind of disorganized. So I use these Dropboxes. It's pretty straightforward, but again, if you're not sure how, let me know. I can walk you through it. I will also have a calendar for you either later today or tomorrow with all of the due dates for all of the assignments. In terms of due dates, I can be pretty flexible up until kind of the end. So at the end of the course, we finish, I think, on Friday the 25th, I believe, is the day that we finish. That is kind of the last day that I can really take any assignments, because then I have to get everything marked. I have to do report cards, and I have deadlines kind of on the other end. But between that, if you are, again, if you're gone camping, if you are working, whatever, life gets in the way, if you need an extra day to submit an assignment, just reach out to me, let me know. That way I'm not wondering if you've just forgotten or not done it. and I will be okay with that. At the end of every video lesson, I'll stick around. That way, if you have any questions, you can kind of ask me directly if you would rather do that. Okay, so I think that's really it. So I want you to be successful. So again, there are daily assignments that are assessments, right? So I'll just kind of look them over quickly, but they're not necessarily worth marks. I will let you know when an assignment is worth marks and will count towards your final mark and your report card. These daily assignments kind of help you prepare for your big projects. So there's no tests, no exams. There will be essentially a project due kind of at the end of each week. This first week will be a little bit different because usually we start on a Tuesday. Starting on a Wednesday kind of shortens this week. So for your first assignment, it will be due. Usually it's due on Friday, but I will give you until Monday to submit your first project. And I'll let you know tomorrow what that project is so that you have time to kind of get started with that. Okay. Est-ce que vous avez des questions à ce point ici? So if anybody has any questions, sinon je vais continuer avec la leçon. Okay. So okay. So voici, vous avez ce PowerPoint ici. So le cours de civisme regarde à l'idée de la citoyenneté. So c'est quoi être un citoyen? Ça veut dire quoi? Right. So what does it mean to be a citizen? So le cours de civisme, I guess I should explain that. Le cours de civisme va nous prendre les premières 2 semaines. Et avec ça, on regarde c'est quoi d'être un citoyen. So what does it mean to be kind of a citizen and a responsible citizen? On va regarder à la façon dont le gouvernement fonctionne. Okay, so how does government run? On va regarder aux différents types de gouvernement, so the different types of government around the world. Et aussi, on va regarder l'idée de communauté et comment améliorer nos communautés. So kind of communities, how to help our communities, make them better, stuff like that. Le cours de citoyenneté, so civics, ou le civisme, est un demi-crédit. So when you think about courses in high school, each class you take is worth 1 credit, and you need 30 credits to graduate. Civics and careers is the only course they're each a half credit. So le cours de civisme vaut la moitié d'un crédit et le cours de carrière est un autre demi-crédit. So ensemble, ils font un crédit. So it's technically you could pass the civics course and fail the careers course, and so you would earn half a credit and be missing half a credit. That's just the way it works. La dernière 2 semaines est le cours de carrière, et avec ça, on regarde, c'est vraiment un cours au sujet de vous, right? So, ça vous donne la chance de examiner quelle sorte de carrière vous intéresse, quelles sont les étapes nécessaires pour atteindre cette carrière, ainsi que d'autres éléments dans ce genre-là. Okay, so the careers course looks at what kind of career is of interest to you. Again, you are approaching the point in your life where you are going to have to start thinking about what do you want to do with the rest of your life. And so this is a chance for you to kind of start exploring that. Le cours de carrière est très bon parce que tu as quelque chose de concret qui sort de ça. So you are able to come out with something concrete. So you will have a resume, you will have a cover letter. If you already have those things, that's great. You can use that for this and then kind of update it as well. Okay, so Voici. So, vous allez lire ce PowerPoint, OK? Et vraiment, vous allez utiliser ce PowerPoint pour compléter ceci ici. So, you've got this fill in the blanks that's based on that PowerPoint. OK? So, vous allez compléter ceci. Ensuite, vous allez visionner cette vidéo ici. S'il y a un lien, vous allez visionner le lien. Ensuite, vous avez un court quiz de personnalité. So you can just answer yes or no to these. And then that kind of tells you a little bit about yourself. Et ensuite, numéro 4 ici, ceci est quelque chose qui est important. So, on vit dans un monde d'information. So, comment pouvez-vous dire si l'information est bonne, correcte, ou si c'est de la mésinformation? So how, we live in a world of information, social media, the internet, all of that stuff. And we rely on information. So you need to be able to kind of think critically about that information and how can you tell if it's accurate, if it's good, or if it's misinformation or disinformation. So cet exercice ici vous aide avec développer ces capacités. Okay? So, il y a 2 sites web que vous allez visiter. Le premier est ici. Et vous allez essayer de votre mieux de répondre à ces questions basées seulement sur qu'est-ce qui se trouve dans le site web. Okay, so one of these websites is false. The information on there is purposely false. So if, again, you're going to look at the information on the website, you will try and answer these specific questions. I believe there's 3 questions for each website. Again, only based off of what's found in that web page. Okay, and again, some of it you won't be able to because it's a poor website, and that's on purpose. Et ensuite, vous allez, une fois que vous avez lu le site web, vous allez regarder à cette page ici. Okay? Et ceci est basé pour vous aider à décider si le site web est bon ou non. Okay, so again, we're talking about critical thinking skills. So these are kind of some things you need to look at in terms of deciding if that website is valuable or not. Okay. So again, you're just going to kind of look through this and then check yes or no. And then once you do it for this website as well, so you have a second website here, and you're going to try and answer these 3 questions. Again, you're going to answer the same kind of questions off of that second website. And then based off of your answers and based off of your kind of thinking about it, you should be able to identify which website is valuable and which is clearly not. Okay. Numéro 7. So ici, on examine la question d'autorité. So vous avez un scénario ici. Imaginez que vous levez au matin et vous trouvez qu'il n'existe point d'autorité. Okay, so you wake up one morning and there's been a massive shift in the world and there's no longer any authority in the world. Toutes les règles, les lois, les polices, les cours, les enseignants, directeurs et gouvernements sont disparus comme dans le film The Purge. So quels sont les avantages de cela? So what are the advantages of living in a world where there are no rules, no laws, no enforcement, anything like that? Question numéro 2, comment protégeriez-vous vos droits? So how would you protect your rights? And then 3, auriez-vous des droits? And then question 3, would you actually even have rights in this situation? Et finalement, pour question numéro 8, vous allez examiner les caricatures suivantes. Okay, so you're going to look at, there are some comics in here. You're going to kind of look those over and answer these 4 questions. So, qui est dans la caricature? So, what are kind of the characters or the people in the comics? Quels sont les symboles employés? Again, because caricatures are kind of often just one slide or 2 or 3 slides. They're kind of like memes in a sense, right? They're memes for older people. again, because there's not a lot of kind of space for text and context, symbols are used to provide that information. Numéro 3, quel est le message de la caricature? So what is it trying to say? And then numéro 4, comment est-ce que ce message est illustré? So how do they get that message across? Est-ce que c'est des exagérations, des couleurs, de la comédie, etc. Okay, so here are your kind of comic strips. They are through here. There you go. Okay, so ceci est votre travail pour la journée. Okay, so vous avez ici votre PowerPoint. Ici est le document Word. Vous pouvez télécharger le document Word. So I would suggest probably the easiest thing is to just download it, do your work in the Word document. If you have Pages, if you don't have Word and you do have Pages, you're welcome to do it in Pages as well, or whatever other kind of software you want to use. And then save it and submit it to this Dropbox. So, idéalement, vous allez avoir ce travail complété par demain matin. Et demain, je vais introduire votre prochain travail. Aussi, comme j'ai mentionné, probablement par cet après-midi, demain, pour certains, vous allez avoir un calendrier avec toutes les dates d'échéance pour vos travaux. Okay, so I'll have a calendar made by either later today or early tomorrow morning for sure about all of the due dates for kind of all of your daily work as well as all of your projects. So c'est tout. Si vous avez des questions, n'hésitez pas à me demander. Je vais rester ici si vous avez des questions. OK, c'est tout. Merci beaucoup. À demain tout le monde.